high cholesterol, blindness, arthritis, and neuropathy? One word: inflammation. Just recently, February 2015, scientists and researchers at the University of California, San Diego proved that type 2 diabetes is caused by a tiny molecule. They discovered that an inflammatory molecule called LTB4 causes insulin resistance. And what does insulin resistance lead to? High blood sugar and diabetes. And there you have it. The root cause of diabetes? Not exactly. We have to go back just a little bit further. We need to find out what causes inflammation and how to stop it. This, my friends, is the Holy Grail, the one thing that has been hidden, suppressed, and kept secret. The answer to your diabetes. So what is it? The secret is in the food you eat, or more importantly, not eat. It has nothing to do with your genetics, your age, gender, family history, or anything else. Scientists discovered that many of the foods we eat every single day cause serious chronic inflammation that leads to insulin resistance and high blood sugar, among many other health problems. What's most shocking is that diabetes diets recommended by doctors, even ones recommended by all the diabetes associations, have recently been proven to actually raise blood sugar and harm your pancreas. That's why you still need to take your diabetes medication and insulin when trying to follow their crazy diets. But you don't need to diet. Dieting doesn't work. You simply need to eat less of certain harmful foods while substituting diabetes-busting superfoods. As soon as you start attacking inflammation, your blood sugar will begin normalizing, your pancreas will begin healing, and neuropathy pain will vanish. Best of all, your doctor will have to take you off your medication and injections as you simply won't need them anymore. 21 days or less. Scientists and researchers from all over the world have proven these findings in countless studies. Here are some of the most remarkable results. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. In just 16 days, insulin dosages were reduced by 57%. University of California, Los Angeles. In just 3 weeks, 71% of patients were taken off all diabetes drugs. University of Kentucky Metabolic Research Group. A few weeks later, 96% of type 2 diabetics were able to completely stop all insulin injections, while type 1s reduced their doses by an average of 38%. Loma Linda University. 81% of patients achieved complete relief of painful neuropathy. Dr. Fedon Lindberg, Oslo, Norway, had this to say: patients who were injecting high doses of insulin, as many as 200 units daily, have managed to quit insulin and come off medications for blood pressure and other conditions. Here's what some of the lead researchers have to say. Contrary to common belief, type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome can be reversed. Christian Roberts, University of California. To have people free of diabetes after years with the condition is remarkable. Roy Taylor, Newcastle University. We welcome the results of this research because it shows that type 2 diabetes can be reversed. Dr. Ian Frame, Diabetes UK. Once you start attacking inflammation, it's not just diabetes that begins to heal. In a study at the George Washington University, they found that cholesterol dropped 25 to 30%, an amount comparable to what can be achieved with statin prescription drugs. Risk of cancer was lowered by an astounding 67%, proven in a study done at the National Institute for Public Health and the Environment in Bilthoven, Netherlands. Rates of hypertension, that's high blood pressure, dropped 61% in men and 36% in women, proven in a study from the University of Oxford, United Kingdom. Patients even lowered their risk of fatal heart disease by over 56%, Loma Linda University, California. This is why it doesn't matter how old you are, what your weight is, who your parents are, how long diabetes has been in your family, or what your genetics are. If you can fix inflammation, you can fix your health. This, my friends, is the life-saving information that has been hidden from you for decades. Shockingly simple and easy ways to begin reversing your type 2 diabetes without drugs, injections, or surgery. Do you think this life-changing, groundbreaking information will ever be revealed to the public? No. By keeping this information away from the public, the pharmaceutical companies just saved themselves from losing 200 million new customers and billions of dollars in profits. These people want you to get diabetes. They need you to get diabetes, and they need people to stay sick. The pharmaceutical industry feeds on sick people who they've hooked onto their drugs that must be taken for life. Now imagine if you knew the truth. Imagine if you had access to all of this suppressed and covered up medical research and the exact methods thousands of diabetics used to become completely healed. No more needles. No more expensive and dangerous diabetes medications. No more finger pricking or test strips. No more trips to the doctor for disappointing test after disappointing test. No more frustration and embarrassment. Would you use this information to help yourself, your kids, relatives, family, and friends? Keep watching because you're about to receive it, a step-by-step natural treatment that you can start using immediately to begin reversing your type 2 diabetes right now. The pharmaceutical and medical industry has known about these diabetes-busting secrets for decades. These studies aren't new. They've been published and then covered up many decades ago, all in the name of profit. My father died in the name of profits. You are suffering in the name of profit, and you probably know someone who has died from diabetes, all because the pharmaceutical companies want to make more money. Once you start digging into the inner workings of this vile industry, you discover the monumental profits drug companies enjoy simply by treating diabetics for life. Diabetes is a $300 billion a year industry. They are not about to jeopardize these profits by showing you how to beat your diabetes for free without their pills or injections. Think about it. Every time you visit your doctor, he makes money. Every drug you take makes the pharmaceutical companies money. Every shot, pill, injection, blood sugar monitor you use makes these companies lots and lots of money. You are a lifelong cash cow for Big Pharma. You have to keep buying their drugs, pills, and other accessories for life. If you kick your diabetes butt, if you eliminate the need to take diabetes medication, the pharmaceuticals would lose billions of dollars. Why would they ever want to put themselves out of business? And now you have to ask, shouldn't the government health agencies reveal this information? Shouldn't they save their citizens? Shouldn't the government step in and do something about this? No, and they never will because they're in bed with the pharmaceutical industry. The government health agencies are sponsored, lobbied, and influenced by the billion-dollar pharmaceutical companies. The governments of the United States, along with Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom, passed a law stating that only a drug can cure, prevent, or treat a disease. That means, by law, that only a chemical drug made in a factory by a pharmaceutical company can cure, prevent, or treat a disease. Yes, you read that right. All those scientific studies we just showed you, with thousands of successful patients, conducted by scientists from all over the world and printed in renowned medical journals, proving how you can prevent, treat, and reverse type 2 diabetes without drugs, are just figments of your imagination. To them, these studies with their life-saving findings don't exist. That's how the medical industry works. If it's not a drug, they don't care about it. If it's more effective, even if it's cheaper, even if it works 100%, obviously they don't want anyone using cheap, almost free methods to treat themselves. They want everyone hooked on prescription drugs for life. Still think your government or the pharmaceutical industry cares about you? I think it's time for you to take your health into your own hands. Imagine if millions of diabetics discover the truth, if they start reversing their type 2 diabetes, if their doctors begin taking them off drugs and insulin injections. The pharmaceutical industry would go bankrupt overnight. That's hundreds of billions of dollars in lost profits. This is why the pharmaceutical industry, health industry, and even the government health agencies have to keep lying to you. There will never be a cure for diabetes that comes out of the big pharmaceutical companies, no matter how much they lie to you about a cure being just around the corner. It simply does not fit their business model. If the drug companies were in the health business, they'd be putting themselves out of business. There is simply too much money to be made in treating diabetics for life. So, what happens now? In light of this knowledge, you now have two options. You can close this page, go back to what you were doing, go back to taking your prescription medication and injections, knowing that they aren't doing anything to help your type 2 diabetes, knowing that your future holds health complications, blindness, possible amputations, heart attacks, stroke, and early death. Or you can choose the quickest, easiest, and smartest option. You can start learning about the suppressed diabetes-busting methods and applying them right now. Begin reversing your type 2 diabetes. Become free of insulin injections, expensive drugs, and constant glucose monitoring. Get healed and start living the life you deserve. We've already done the work for you.